Folks, what's up? This is Michael in the wee hours of the night on the graveyard shift with your daily trivia question. Once again, happy hump day. Halfway there. Let's just keep on going. So the answer to the previous trivia question was, of course, the insanity defense, or temporarily insane. Either answer was acceptable. So this whole thing really started with a man named Daniel Sickles. He was a senator from New York who also served in the Civil War. He shot and killed a man named Philip Key in broad daylight, right in front of the White House, actually. People don't remember this from their research, but this happened right in front of the White House because Key was having an affair with Sickles' wife. Now, after the murder, he simply walked over to the local attorney general's home a few blocks away, and he confessed to the crime. Now, when the trial was scheduled, this became a huge deal, not only in the region, in D.C., but in the country, really. This was the trial of the century, if you will. Remember the O.J. Simpson trial? Well, this back in this day had nothing on the O.J. Simpson trial, so or vice versa. You know what I'm trying to say. So the feel and the vibe was it was a big, huge deal. Sickles recruited some very heavy hitters in the legal field to represent him for his case. Sickles' lawyer dropped a few trump cards, dropped some bombs into the mix. They published details of the affair in local newspapers, spread it out there. It's kind of a smear campaign of sorts. They labeled it as a crime of passion. They injected the notion of Key being kind of a rogue figure running around D.C., having affairs with other married men's wife and so forth, and that killing him had, quote, saved all the ladies of Washington. That's something they kind of a vibe and a notion that they put out there. And finally, most importantly, they injected into the whole thing that this was a heat of the moment crime that he carried out after discovering his wife's affair. In short, it had made him, quote unquote, temporarily insane. First time this had ever been tried, right? It worked like a charm. You throw in all of those factors kind of working together, and this actually worked for Sickles and his legal team. Sickles was portrayed as a hero, actually, and he got acquitted. It was the first time ever in the United States that the legal defense of temporarily insane was established and used as a defense successfully, which was, of course, the focus of the trivia question. There's a couple of the picture on the right, the lower right. That's a picture of Sickles in kind of his afterlife. He doesn't look too happy. Wasn't a very happy fellow. From research, my research serves me correctly. He was a troubled individual in and of himself. So, a couple of cool geek factoids, or geek factoids in and of themselves. I don't know if they're cool or not. But Sickles was the son of Francis Scott Key, who penned the Star-Spangled Banner. Actually, I think that's the other guy in the case. But anywho, there are varying degrees today of temporary insanity defenses, and some states do not recognize it as a legal defense. So don't get too carried away with this research kind of the factoids involved in this trivia question. Because some states do not recognize it. So don't go hauling off and just shooting somebody. Now, after all was said and done, this is never fails to amaze me. After all was said and done, and Sickles was acquitted, he took his wife back. God, what an idiot. He took his wife back and then continued to have more well-documented affairs himself, as she probably did as well. So there you go. That's the insanity defense in the history of that legal defense. All right, folks, moving right along, getting over that hump day and getting on with the rest of the week for a brand new trivia question for April 27th. On this day in 1937, the very first of these were distributed to recipients in the United States after originally being signed into law a few years earlier in 1935 to ensure that people will have a dependable foundation of income when they retire. See you guys later. Have a good day. Happy hump day.